So when I think of an ideal investor, I think of Warren Buffett. Whenever I think of an investor, period, I think of somebody like a Warren Buffett or a Charlie Munger. You know, two old guys who have made a lot of money in stocks, are very old, and are pretty much boring. When they speak for hours, it's boring. It's not all that entertaining. However, I would still tune in because obviously there's a lot that you can learn from these two guys. And that's what you think of when you think of an investor. Now, when you think of a TV personality, when it comes to stocks, at least for me, I think of somebody like a Meet Kevin or a Jim Cramer. And the reason why I want to make this important distinction is because we saw in 2021 how dangerous it can be when you take stock picks or stock advice from TV personalities or entertainers. You know, because think about it like this, right? Jim Cramer, no matter how bad of stock picks he gives, same thing with me, Kevin, people still watch the videos. And I think that's the key here. Even though Jim Cramer gets a lot of hate on Twitter, and Meet Kevin has gotten a lot of hate as of recently because he sold all of his stocks and completely got out of the stock market, both of them still get a lot of views. And why is that? Is it because they're stock picking geniuses or gurus like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger? No. As a matter of fact, they are both far from it. They both picked absolutely horrendous stock picks in 2021. But the reason why people follow them both is because they are charismatic, they're entertaining, and both of them are just likable guys. There's something about them where you just like them. You don't know what it is. You just do. You just like hearing their voice. You just like listening to them. You like watching their videos. Even people who don't like Jim Cramer, they still watch him on CNBC. Why? Because it's entertaining. But when you look at their stock picks, that paints a whole different picture. That tells you everything you need to know of who you should really be listening to. Because you saw Jim Cramer contradict himself a bunch, just like you've seen me, Kevin, contradict himself a bunch. Jim Cramer called a bunch of horrible stock picks, like Didi. You know, I like buy as much Didi as you can. I like Coinbase to $475. You know, things like that. In Meet Kevin's case, you've seen Meet Kevin call horrible stocks like Owlet, like Hippo Insurance, like Nano Dimension, Lemonade Insurance, you know, Affirm. And the key difference here is when it comes to the entertainment front, they're great. But when it comes to the stock picking front, they're not so great. And the reason why both of them are so bad at picking stocks is because they're not true seasoned investors. They are entertainers. They are there for you to be entertained on the financial and stock markets. They're not there for you to actually learn and make real money. And that's the distinction that I want people to understand, because unfortunately, even though we had an entire year of investors losing money listening to these two people, you still have people who continue to follow them and even buy their courses. Meet Kevin's got a stock course that's about $900. Jim Cramer has this traveling trust fund, whatever it's called, that's about $250 for the year or something like that, where you can buy it and you'll get all of Jim Cramer's picks. Same thing with Meet Kevin. But why would you want these two people's picks when they've shown you time and time again that they don't know anything about stocks? You know, had Warren Buffett or Charlie Munger come out with a stock course, I'd buy that in a heartbeat, even if it was $10,000, because the value that I'm going to get is going to overshadow the money that I'm spending right now. That's really what you're buying the course for, the value that you're going to get. But why would you buy a course from two people who are entertainers? You see, Jim Cramer is the entertainer for stocks and financial markets for the boomers and the old people, and Meet Kevin is the new Jim Cramer for the young people, for Gen Z and even some millennials. They're both just TV personalities. They're not people that you want to take stocks from. And so my main point in making this video, yes, Meet Kevin, in my opinion, is the Jim Cramer of Generation Z and millennials. That's honestly what I think. And my main point in making this video is because I do not want to see investors make the same mistake that they made in 2021 of blindly following these people and taking their stock picks just to lose money. So my main message in this video is to stop listening to both of them. Stop following their stock picks. You can still watch their videos. They're both very entertaining. So yes, watch their videos for entertainment, but do not take it literally, because both of these guys have proven that they know absolutely nothing about stocks. Jim Cramer has made tons of horrible stock picks and has contradicted himself. Meet Kevin has made tons of horrible stock picks and went from I'm buying the dip on January 18th to like 4 days later, I'm selling everything. We're going to have a recession. And it's just all entertainment. It shouldn't be taken as fact, because at the end of the day, these guys are not real investors. They don't know. They're smart. They're charismatic. They're entertaining. They're fun to listen to. But that doesn't mean you should be listening to them when it comes to stock advice. Because as we saw in 2021, if you do that, you will not do well in the market. And that's all I wanted to say. So that'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe.